Hey guys, I'm Alex from Windfish Studio, and in this episode of our development diary, we're going to talk about making a virtual map.
So if you look at the economic part of the game as a part of a larger whole, which is, the whole game itself, which involves the military part, the politics part, and the economic part, it's kind of the marriage of these three things. And alternatively, you could also say that the map is a really important part of this, right? Because really that's just kind of like the theater upon which all of this other shit plays out, but it's very central as well, you know what I mean? So like the sphere is another really good example of something that I thought was going to take me months. To get from where I am now to like a full-on sphere that operates in the way that I need it to for this game, so it's dynamic. Like you can zoom in to some part of the sphere and it gets more and more detailed as you zoom in, which isn't exactly the easiest thing to make happen. When I was looking at like all of the things that were going to have to happen for me to get from here to sphere, there was really a lot of it, you know what I mean? But I would say about half of it was just kind of like preparation, preparing all the data to get ready to be like superimposed on a sphere. And then the actual superimposing of it and like the tweaking the game controls so that they kind of work intelligently with the sphere and all of the different things that had to happen. That only took about 6 weeks, which is good because that's exactly how long I wanted it to take, right? We have this really interactive map in the game and it's the centerpiece, that map is like what you always see. So it's like we're gonna have all kinds of controls and interfaces and all kinds of inputs for the user to fuck about with that are overlaid atop the map, right? But the map is what's always there. So you're always seeing this map in the background, whatever you do, and you can always interact with it. And that's kind of the idea, you know what I mean? Because the whole game is about you controlling some territory within this world, and hopefully if you're good at the game, then the amount of territory that you control gets bigger and bigger, and you only really see that reflected on the map, you know what I mean? You see like your sphere of influence, your zone of control expanding. This is really the biggest contribution that the designer has so far made to the game. She took one look at the map, and what she did was send me a picture of my map but kind of like superimposed on a sphere and with space in the background. It'll immediately make the game more inviting. Like if the players turn on the game and the first thing they see is this, like a sphere, it's like you almost want to reach out and play with it because it's like a ball, it's spherical, it's 3D, and all of that is just much more inviting. It's less intimidating than seeing like this big 2D map right in front of you, right? And I'd never thought about that because I'm not a designer, you know what I mean? And so I really took that idea and I was like, this is fucking genius, of course. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And so yeah, big points to Marina for that one, you know what I'm saying? Because I probably wouldn't have done it, and I think it really does add a lot to our game to have it be a sphere like that. Some of the challenges involved of like spherifying this whole thing, like making the camera work in a spherical way was a big fucking deal. And then translating all the logic that is really easy to write when it goes from like rectangular to rectangular screen, and sort of modifying all that so that it also works going from spherical to rectangular screen. Like that was a big part of the challenge. Another deeply mathematical thing that has to be done is like if you go on Google Maps, for example, you'll notice that like if you zoom all the way out, you see the same thing. It's like a big 3D world or whatever. And then when you zoom way, way, way in, you see like really detailed maps. Our game works in a similar way. There is an enormous amount of math that has to happen in a really precise way to make it so that that's all true. One of the most important milestones, like something I've been thinking about literally for years, is the need for a player or a country or whatever to be able to conquer some tiny part of some other country, and for that to visually be reflected at every zoom level of the map. And effectively that's what happens. So now we could see those territories being conflicted and conquered in real time, piece by piece, and it wouldn't matter like how far away the camera was zoomed for you to be able to see that behavior happening. And so that's like this huge milestone for the game, something that we've always known needed to be there, but it wasn't there before, and now it is there. And that's amazing. And mostly I owe it to the efforts of Eduardo. Like he's been the one that's really been in charge of like doing all of the technical work in the client for the last probably 6 months.
Realmente ha sido bastante excitante ver el cambio que ha sufrido en estos últimos meses el cliente. Ha pasado de no tener, por ejemplo, fondo, de ser un fondo blanco y plano, a tener un universo lleno de estrellas, a tener un sol, iluminación propia, a tener un efecto de atmósfera, Y luego en cuanto a dentro a la definición de los estados, de los países, ha conseguido tener una diferenciación a través de líneas de distinto grosor que definen perfectamente al usuario dónde están las diferencias entre países, entre condados y entre estados. Con este nuevo cliente hemos mejorado un montón el performance. Tanto el tiempo de carga, que antes eran unos 40 segundos mínimo, y ahora que básicamente es instantáneo. Bueno, a raíz de lo que nos recomendó Marina, cambiamos el formato de los nombres, donde antes se parecía mucho al de Crusader Kings y ahora pues tenemos algo más Google Maps como ella quería.
Hey guys, if you liked that video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel because that would do us a really big favor. As well, if you have any comments or questions or feedback at all about any of it, leave it in the comment section below and we will totally get back to you. Have a good day.